Let's do a story time around brujeria, witchcraft. This is specifically for the women. And I want to advise you to be careful who you go to when you're going to do witchcraft or if you're going to go get cleanses, etc., etc. Specifically, if you're a woman going to a male witch, be very careful with that. So this is about the story time, right? So back in my days when I was a younger woman, I used to work at this place. And at this place, a lot of men would come to work in the agriculture in the field, and there was hotels around that place, so they would live in these hotels. And they were from Mexico. A lot of them were from Baja California, Ensenada, Tijuana. So one day, one of the people who lived in one of those hotels was talking to me. And the people who have known me prior told that person, oh, I heard that you can do this and that, And I'd be like, yeah, I do. And he wanted to ask me a question about doing that. And then he goes, there's somebody in that hotel who does tarot readings? And I was like, oh, really? Who is it? He wouldn't tell me who it was. But, I'm an intuitive, so I was kind of like searching because I wanted to ask that person something about somebody who was doing certain things to me. So I was like kind of like watching them. I was kind of like observing them. I'm like, who has the energy? So there was this man, and this man was very small. He was very small. He was like very short, maybe like 4'10", 4'11". And my energy crashed with his. Anytime I would see him, I would have to look away from him because I don't know, like there was something about him. So I asked that man, hey, do you know that guy that does tarot over there? Can you tell me who it is? He told me he didn't know. So I told him, it's you, huh? And then he goes, yeah. And then he told me, how do you know? I'm like, I just know. I just intuitively know. He told me, I know what you are. And I was like, how do you know what I am? And then he told me that he saw this white protective shield around the store where I worked at. Like, I saw your protection, like that you have around the store. So I go on asking him, can you help me? Because this guy, like, he won't leave me alone and this and that. And so he reads my hand. He looks into my hand and then he tells me what he sees. And after that, he told me, go grab 2 beers. One for me, one for you. And then I went to go grab the beer and I brought him back to him and he grabbed him and he blew into the beer. He went, right? And then he blew it into the other one. So then he had me drink the beer and he drank the other beer. And let me tell you, this beer tasted like flowers, like roses. It was like the best tasting beer I have. It was fucking Bud Light. And it tasted so good, like roses and like flowers. And I was like, what? Like, what? And then that same night, I was like dying. I'm talking about like my body hurt, my whole entire body. I was throwing up. And so I told him the next day, hey, like I didn't feel too good. And then he told me, oh, your body rejected it. Duh, bitch, my body rejected it. He was saying that he was doing a protection on me, that my body rejected the protection. He was not protecting me. He was doing a love spell. And then a few days later go by and he comes around again and then he tries to grab me and he tries to tell me, let's be together, me and you. And I was like, no, thank you. First of all, he was tiny. I'm a big girl. Like, what are you talking about? This man was trying to do a love spell on me with that beer. That's why y'all need to be careful who you go to, especially men, because male witches, they don't have like common sense or something. Like, they don't care, especially when it comes to women, especially when it comes to somebody they want physically or something like that. They will fucking love spell the fuck out of you just to get in your pants. Be safe out here.